Hey there, got my Attitudes in Reverse t-shirts. Trisha sent me a bunch of them. Cliff wears them, Jack wears them, lots of people wear them. All right, cool. So this is a whole new deal we got going on here with regard to my broadcasts on YouTube, and these will also go up on Facebook. And that is that I'm going to try to run them more regularly, and I'm going to take the audio and turn that into podcasts. So that's my plan. So you never know. So my name is Mitch Kosterman, which if you're tuning into this, you probably already know. Otherwise, why would you tune in? I don't understand that. So a couple things I'm trying to do on a regular basis so that you get used to it. One of which is if you want to send me a message, email, I'll put it up right here. Send us an email and we'll try to find out the answer. Any kind of question you want to ask about my career or things that Cliff is doing or Supernatural or the film business in Vancouver, because I have a magazine called Vancouver Production Pulse, Vancouver Production Pulse, which you can look up at yvrproductionpulse.com. And it is, of course, linked to my store, which is YVR Pulse Shop. And that is our sole source of revenue. We don't have advertisers. We don't have contributions from any agency whatsoever. We are not beholden to anyone. So the opinions you will hear here are honest. They may be totally wrong, but they're honest. So if you buy something from the store, you are supporting this broadcast, which we hopefully will improve and become more frequent. That's the plan. Anyway, so you can write into me. You can say something to Cliff if you like, or you can send us an email at this email address. You can send us a card. I got a very nice card from my friend Kathleen down in Texas, South Texas. I mean, you can see Mexico. And she tells me all about going nude into the hot springs down there. So that's an interesting story. I also have mail that I get from various people. I want to say hello to Celine in France today. Her mom is quite sick. She's sick herself, but her mom is, well, we have to wait to see. But, hopes and prayers are always much appreciated for Celine in France. I have several members of the audience and among my family and friends who have COVID or have had COVID. I have had no one suffer seriously and certainly no one die close to me, but it has been very scary. I hope for the same for all of you, that everyone survives without long-term after effects. So having said that, let's move into the show. I mentioned Attitudes in Reverse. Attitudes in Reverse is an organization that the Bakers run, and it is spreading across the United States and Canada, and they put together what they call a suicide first aid kit. And from experience, they know that their method, their first aid kit, actually works. They have saved people's lives. It is not a government organization. It is not a highly funded organization. But I have been a volunteer member of or honorary member of the board for years now, and I like to support them. Attitudes in Reverse. They are also affiliated with, well, somewhere around here, Always Keep Fighting. Jared made a speech in Pasadena once. I can't remember how many years ago that was. I think it was like 2016 or something like that, about how he felt the two organizations should support each other, and he was behind both of them, including To Write Love in Your Arms, which is another organization that has to deal with suicide, because I don't know if you know, but the number one cause of death for guys my age is suicide. So be nice to me. I don't want to have to kill myself, what am I saying? So you can write in questions. So I have my blog, and that is in my e-magazine, Vancouver Production Pulse.com, YVRProductionPulse.com. So Vancouver Production Pulse has already got about, 24 articles in it, which I am going to try to put as well into videos. I'll read them out myself, and then take the soundtracks and put them into podcasts. That's the plan. Plans. Plans are fun. Anyway, so if you want to go there and read some of those articles, they are about the film business in Vancouver, primarily. They're about the film business in general, because I have about 35 years of experience making films, and I started as a stunt performer and an extra, and I worked my way up to actor, and eventually produced my own movie and series, as most of you probably know. So the way to get those things done in your life, because I ask that a lot, is to live a long time, because it takes years and years, and I'm very old, therefore have achieved a fair amount. If you're only 25 years old and don't feel like you haven't, if you're only 25 years old and you feel like you haven't achieved much, relax. You got lots of time. Okay? Cliff is mysteriously working, and that's a good thing. He continues to work. Some of you know where he is. He doesn't like me talking too much about his life these days. He figures he's had too much media attention over the past 15 years. Fair enough. But, when he buys a new car, as he always does, he's always buying new cars and new trucks. Maybe I'll get you a picture of that truck. Yeah, that's what I'll do. He and Jared have the same truck. His is red, Jared's is black. And Cliff got a tent thingy put on the back. You guys probably saw a picture of it. And Jen and the kids were playing in it. And I will post it here, like magic. Isn't that cool? I think it's very cool. Anyway, so also you can ask anytime you write in, you can ask me about this shelf behind us. Because I'll try and get a wider shot on that. But it has a lot of stuff on it. And most of it is Cliff's, because he has collected things over the years. I've collected them too, but they're probably in boxes in the garage or something. I don't know. He takes better care of his stuff. He puts it on display up here. The books are mine, because I'm the one of the two who actually reads. So, well, used to. Let's be honest. Who reads physical books anymore? But I used to love them. Anyway, I know some people do, and they absolutely swear by it. Especially, look at my ex-wife. She used to always have like 4 or 5 books stacked beside her bed on the nightstand there. She'd always have books going. Couldn't do without it. She always had a book going. And I know people like that too, still. But I have trouble handling paper. I don't know if you guys know. Some of you do. But I'm autistic. And autism has a couple of main things that contribute to several hundred problems. One of which is a hypersensitivity with regard to most senses. Now you can have your sound maybe up here and your touch maybe up here, and you may have nothing on the sight and whatever, but sometimes intense stimuli, or even if they're ordinary stimuli and we just perceive them as intense, can interfere with ordinary life. For me, that's books. I can't stand the touch of the paper. So it's not that I don't like books. I love books, but I always read everything online. And if you do, fine. Okay? That's, I'm a little different, and I like people who are a little different. People who want you or anyone to be like everybody else. Yeah, I'm not fans of those kind of people. So if you want to keep watching, I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel, which is called Mitch Kosterman, mysteriously. And I'm going to post them on Facebook on my photography page there, which you should check out, because it's called Focus on Photography by Pulse. And it's attached to my Facebook page, Mitch Kosterman. But I feature probably a dozen or more photographs every day from around the world from my favorite photographers. There isn't any real theme behind this, except that when I look at the picture, I like it. I like the technique that was used. I like whatever was discovered around the world that was done, and the moment of capture. The moment of capture is big for me, especially with animals, because if somebody like Patrick from Netherlands, who takes pictures of animals all the time, or Tom, or Bianca Schmidt, they're always taking pictures of animals, and they're just in the moment of doing something. And there are guys who take, I can't remember the guy's name, I'm sorry, the guy who takes the pictures of birds in flight all the time. A lot of eagles and stuff like that. And anyway, I love that stuff. So on that same page, Focus on Photography by Pulse, I have posted the entire series called Supernatural Fandom. For those of you who don't know, the series is a 10-episode series that focuses on conventions primarily, but the fandom of supernatural. And each episode has a particular theme, and you can read about that theme when you look at the listings. For those of you who don't know, we made a feature film about that movie, about that series, and it's a movie, 92 minutes, something like that. And we released that in 2015. It was on Amazon for a little while, and whatever the Apple thing is called, I just forget, and a couple other things. And we premiered it in various cities around the United States. We were in Los Angeles, Pasadena, Jacksonville, Houston. We even took it over to London, England. And we had a huge premiere here in Vancouver, of course. But the big one was LA. We had a party in the security at the film center there in Los Angeles. Actually had to kick us out because everybody wanted to stay. And I mean, seriously, like 90% of the crowd was still there when it was time for us all to leave. So that was a wonderful night, but that was 5 years ago. And I haven't done anything like that since. It took about 5 years out of my life. And we didn't make any money, but we broke even. And if you know anything at all about filmmaking, then breaking even is a pretty darn good thing. Because one of the things we discovered along the way is almost nobody independently makes money making a movie. Where you make your money is taking a job, making a movie for somebody who's rich, or if you're the rich guy and you're having a bunch of movies made, you make a little bit on each of them. That's the way the business works. And if you think about it, that determines a lot of the atmosphere and content that you will experience on audiovisual media, whether it be in the film theater or it be on television or what you see on the internet. Unfortunately, all you can do is vote by watching only the good stuff, talking about the good stuff, promoting what you want, and talking a lot online, because the promoters listen a lot to things that are going on online. So don't watch crappy TV. Most of this reality stuff, oh my God, it started in Japan and then went to Europe, and now it's here, and it's horrible. And no one is creating anything. So if you want this medium to be a creative outlet for creative processes, you need to support that. You need to support the artists, and you need to support the product. That's how you support the artists, actually, support the product. So watch a good show if you're going to watch one. Supernatural is a terrific example. In the early days, it was not seen as a big money maker, so nobody really thought it was going to stick around because the industry is 100% money driven. But people got behind it, and as you know, it was and is a phenomenon. And so the viewership was high, and it was not an expensive show to make. So the network kept supporting it, and every year they kept supporting it. And Jared and Jensen supported it. Next thing you know, 15 years. That's how things like that happen, and they are very rare. Anyway, support your favorite shows, support quality shows, please, for the sake of the artists who are working on these things. And I will talk to you again soon. This is my second episode, if you want to count the Christmas one. I'll get another one. All right? Love you all. Stay safe.